Well, since I'm basically doing bench work today, I'm going to go ahead and take these old turn signals off and open up the stoplight. And I'm going to install the new turn signals, but I'm also going to open them up and run separate ground wires right to the bulb sockets in the turn signals and in the tail light brake light assembly, because I don't trust frame grounds anymore. So we'll put a nice ground wire on all these lights, and when I wire it in, it'll be really nice. Okay, I've run the red wire through the stem, down inside next to the socket. I've scratched the surface of the socket right there. And what I'm going to do is put a dab of solder on there. I'm going to put solder on the wire, and then I'm going to combine them and heat them up so that they melt together. Okay, I've got a bit of solder on the socket. I have solder on the wires. It's called tinning, but what the heck. And let's see if I can melt them together now. And in the background, you'll hear my mailman delivering the mail. All right, not beautiful. Would never pass Air Force QC, but more than adequate right there. So that puts a nice ground wire directly to the socket. And I'll do that for the other 3 turn signals while I'm here. Okay, I've got the new rear tail lights mounted, and I've got the wiring underneath here, red for ground, and I've got the other wires in. This bolt here takes a special bolt. The bolt actually is threaded on top for a second bolt, which holds this cover on. Note that the cover has a gap here, which means I have to do a little forming. It's an IBM term, form. We never bent anything. The word bend was outlawed. We're allowed to form things, but not bend them. So we have to form this little bracket here to pull this down a little bit so that this will sit flush. But right now, this is a preliminary fitting, and it looks pretty good. And I've got the wires connected and run all the way up here, and then I will start connecting these wires and everything back here will work. So we've got a preliminary fitting on the rear tail light, and I need to order a bolt and do a little forming to make it fit exactly right. So that's where we are. Well, it's much later in the evening, and I was bored, so I came out to the shop and I put the ground wire into the front turn signal units. So they're ready to be installed whenever we get to the front turn signal units. So that was fun.